Good afternoon, glitter goddesses. I have a new project share. I just finished this album in my live class that we have here on Thursdays, and it is the Half the Fun album, so named because it's half the size of the Twice the Fun album, but it's a similar style of album where you get 6 different page styles and a bunch of different envelope styles, 3 different envelope styles, and you can mix and match them to customize an album. We did one of everything in this book, so you can see all the different pieces. And I used the Flutter and Bloom paper collection from Paper Phenomenon. It's a beautiful paper collection, very floral, lots of butterflies, lots of flowers. Great for spring albums, Mother's Day albums, tea albums. It's a 10 by 5 album, and even though it's 10 by 5, which is on the smaller side, it still holds over 54 by 6 photos and over 35 4 by 4 photos and 15 3 by 4 photos. Let's get into it. I used cutouts from the collection on the front cover to add a title here. Of course, this paper is beautiful. We have a paper spine, double-sided, so you can see it peeking there as well. And then there's a piece of Tyvek sandwiched in between. I do have a guide for this album. If you go to kathrynscraps.com/shop and click manuals and videos, there's a guide there for the Half the Fun album, and gives you all the measurements that you need. Plus, it includes any decorating videos from any live classes that we've done so far. I made a folder here with the We Are Memory Keepers punch board that holds photo mats for 4 by 6 photos. So these are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. I have 2 in here, but you could put more. Held together by a magnet underneath. Took a card from the collection with this sentiment, cut the sentiment out and put it on a different paper here, just to have it match a little bit better what I was trying to do. Definition of butterfly here, 4 by 6 photo here. This is page style A. It's the first of 6 different pages. You flip this up, and up here I made a little pocket for this pocket watch, and then we turned it into a journaling pocket. But it's just like a little pocket in a man's vest, a watch pocket that he would have. Spread Your Wings and Fly, again from the collection. There's a lot of really pretty words and modern calligraphy. Another 4 by 6 photo here. And then another 4 by 6 photo here with a bee. Very organic collection, lots of critters. More photo mats in this pocket here. I've turned this shallow pocket, made it decorative with a scallop border there. This is a border strip from the collection that I cut up and turned into a flag. So lots of room for photos there. Then here we have the first style of envelope, which is a 5 by 5 envelope, so you can put your square photos in. I've used just a simple button and string closure. It's easy. Oh, and these flip open as well to make a full scene here. And I left this just decorative and pretty just because the paper is so gorgeous. I wanted to see a lot of paper. But there's still plenty of room for photos despite that. 4 by 4 photos go here and also in the pockets. These Polaroids and die cuts are from the collection. I just used my photo paper, or my photo mat paper, which is a blush pink. It's a very light pink, instead of white, just to give it a softer, more feminine vibe. All right, and then we've left this piece. I've cut it to bridge both of the envelopes so that you get the whole vignette there. You get to see the whole beautiful pattern paper. Again, lots of pattern paper on display in this album. It's a good one if you don't like to cover your pattern paper, if that's something that you don't like to do, there's plenty of room for photo mats and everything else, even with your pattern paper on display in this one. As you can see here, where we have, again, pattern paper on display, Bloom Where You're Planted, that was cut from a sentiment in the collection. Butterflies, and then we've got this black text there for a little bit of drama with the pink. And then up here, we have another one of those little pockets. Bloom and Flutter, and then I took some glossy accents and put it on some of the butterflies to make it a 3D paper. And then again, we just made this a little journaling pocket so you can write some notes about whatever memories you're saving in this book. And then this page styles is page style B. We have 4x4 photos in the front pockets. And then once those photos come out, you see this kind of dramatic tie shape or X shape. And then there's another pocket back there where you have room for more 4x6 photos. And then this is going to tie this page over to here so that now it's all looking like one layout. And I used a military green cardstock for the base for something different from craft or black. And it gives it a really soft, nice, organic, kind of serene feel to the whole album. And then there's an additional pocket way in the back that you can put a large mat in that will hold 4x6 photos, as well as journaling. I put journaling spots on the sides there. You can put more pattern paper there instead of the journaling spots if you wanted to. So that's the second page style. And like I said, you get 6 page styles and 3 envelope styles in the guide. Videos on how to put them all together, all the measurements that you need. All right, so next, this is the next layout. This is the second envelope style B. It's a long, skinny envelope, which I like long, skinny envelopes. Live simply, laugh often, love deeply is a sentiment from the collection. I cut off of the card that it was on and added to the flap. And then I just made this insert, and how I made this insert is in the videos, the decorating videos that come with the guide. But it holds 4x6 photos, journaling, and 4x4 photos as well on this insert. Of course, you could put tags in this pocket instead. It's up to you, whatever your personal style is. Of course, you can always do, your own thing with a book. All right, so this next page, I have a poem here. There's freedom waiting for you on the breezes of the sky. And you ask, what if I fall? Oh, but my darling, what if you fly? That's by Erin Hansen, and a PDF of this so that you can print it and cut it out in the similar style is included in the guide as well. So here we have just another totally decorative layout where we're seeing all our beautiful pattern paper. And yet when we flip these over, there's room for 4x4 photos underneath them. So they're not just decorative. There's another one there. And then these flip over, and there's another one there. Then another flap for 4x6 photos, another flap for 4x6 photos here, 4x6 photos in this pocket. And I love the combination of really organic designs with really kind of strong geometric designs. It's a really fun look for the album. Close everything back up. And then we have the third style of envelope, which is kind of like your normal business envelope. I put folders that hold 4x6 photos inside of it with decor from the collection that I've cut up to enhance the envelopes. They'll hold 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 mats. This is a Project Life card. So they'll hold a bunch. You can put photos on the front and back of them as well. So this pocket holds a lot. And of course, if you don't want to construct folders, you can always just put photo mats directly in this pocket. It's also great for memorabilia if you go on a trip and you have maps or brochures or anything like that. It's 5 by 10, so it's very large. Another layout with a 4 by 6 photo right on top. Then we have another mainly decorative page up here, although you can put a 4 by 6 photo on the back of this. This is a 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 mat that holds a 4 by 6 card. I have it set up as just decor and journaling, but of course you can do photos. Then down here I did a butterfly punched edge. We have a little pocket watch here that's a journaling spot and a watch, so it's got the watch gears and a little place to do some journaling. 2 3 by 4 photos here just for something a little different. This Flutter and Bloom here at the top, when you fold down, it becomes a photo mat. Then we have 2 large photos right here, plus there's your journaling, and then decorated with, again, everything here is from the collection. This is all from the Flutter and Bloom collection, and if you're watching this pretty shortly after it goes up, this paper is still available. I'll put a link in the video description. All right, and so now the envelopes are going to repeat. So again, just trying to highlight the paper, make it look pretty. Photos here and here. You could make this a pocket. You could put a 4 by 6 photo mat on it. Of course, it's just another opportunity for you to customize this to how your own taste is. We've done more of the Polaroids from the collection and 4 by 4 photo mats for 4 by 4 photos. All of these little embellishments that are on the Polaroids are from the collection as well. Aside from tools, I don't think there's anything in here that's not in the collection. And then here we have a quilted diagonal page. I took a bunch of scraps and made a quilt out of them so that I could create a paper that blended very well with this side, because I wanted to pull out this orange and this blue and this green. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's a great way to use your scraps. It looks complex, but it comes together very, very quickly. So that's always fun to do. So here we have a sort of a wallet size page. Photo mats and tags can go in here up at the top. Photo mat here. 2 smaller photo mats here on this band across the middle, and then 4 by 6 photo mat here, and 3 by 4 photo mat here. And then these this band is actually hidden pockets with room for more photos. And I've put 4 by 6 cards as well. Of course, you can just do photos, front and back. It's up to you. And again, you see how much of the paper is on display and how many of the cards we're using, and yet we're still getting plenty of photos in here. Plenty of photos in here. And this one's a lot of fun for the people who are looking through it, because there's so much to discover and so much to explore. All right, here's the long envelope again. This one I've mixed the organic earthy tones with the pink as well for a really interesting look, and it carries across both pages. This is that same insert from the previous pocket, only instead of doing a flourish, I've done a tab for a more office-y style look. Again, just shows you how you can mix everything up and customize it to what you're doing with your book. And even though I've done this as a, more feminine, more floral album, of course there's nothing about the actual structure of the album that means it has to be more feminine or more floral. And I'm also decorating in the next couple months, I'm going to decorate a boy version of the album. And it's 5 by 10 vertical, so that when that's done, I'll show it to you. as well, so you can see how it looks totally different. Okay, so here's the last of the page styles, page style, the 6th one, and it has a fake out pocket. So it looks like a pocket, you can pull things out of it, but it's also a flap that will reveal some journaling. Then we have a photo and journaling on the back. Another one of the fake out pockets where you can pull things in and out of the pockets, but then it reveals more room for journaling. And then photos in this shallow pocket, and of course you can have whatever kind of photos you want. Spread your wings. Again, tons of pattern paper showing throughout this book. For those of you who don't like to cover up your paper, this is a good one, but still want to get a lot of photos. More 4x6 photos. Here you go. And then you just set those back in and close them up with the magnet and they stay. Last envelope, and then the back cover here has another folder to match the front. This one we put Polaroids and 4x6 photo mats with journaling on the back, and you could just take a photo and not mat it and stick a Project Life card on the back of the photo and just write on the back of the photo what's going on in the photo. That would be a great way to use anything that's a mat like this that you can pull out of a pocket. You can just use a photo. You don't even have to use the cardstock mats. You can just put journal directly on the back of your photos with a Project Life card or, you know, whatever journaling paper. And then here we have a folder from the collection. Again, this is in the elements with the collection. So, and a card as well. Just tucked a little Project Life card and photo mat in there. And it begins and ends the same way because it begins with a folder and it ends with a folder. And then there's a butterfly on the back as well. That's the same butterfly as the butterfly on the front. So that is the landscape version of the Half the Fun album using the Flutter and Bloom collection from Paper Phenomenon. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this flip through this album. If you're interested in making one yourself, click the link, check out the video description below for a link to the guide for this album, and have a wonderful afternoon. Bye now and happy crafting.